What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we're going to have a 1 versus 1 Total War Warhammer quick battle for you guys. And I definitely wanted to show this one to you guys because this is something that's pretty typical. When you pick the Greenskins and someone goes with the vampires, a lot of the time they're going to bring ethereal units. So I mean, this guy tried to cheese it out, and he did bring a bunch of ethereal units. If we look over here, he's using the vampires. And he's got these hex rays. He's got the chill guys, which are the regiment of renown cavalry. They give chilling aura, which reduces speed. He's also got, look at this, 4 units of Karn rays. So those are the ethereal terror causing, scythe infantry. They're, and it's just definitely, working on the fact that the Greenskins have trouble against ethereal units. They don't have a lot of magical options, as well as having problems with their leadership. He's also got Manfred up here on a dragon, so that's should be able to be pretty mobile. Typically the Greenskins don't have a lot of ability to take something out of the air either, so that's why a lot of the time you'll face off against those flying lords. He's also got these regiment around the Sternsmen, the Grave Guard. So those are one of his only real regular units, as well as this group of Varix Reavers over here. These are the Regiment of Renown Knights. They've got lances and barding, so they've got extra armor. They've got 42 weapon strength and pretty big charge bonus. So those are shock cavalry. Those will do some damage, as well as this dire pack. These dire wolves, it's the Regiments of Renown as well. So he'll be trying to use pretty much all regiments of renown and ethereal units to take me out. Now because I kind of get a feeling when I'm against vampires that I may face this, I did bring Wurrzag. So besides bringing Effigy of the Git, his main spell, I also made sure to bring Foot of Gork. I brought Here We Go. I even brought Squiggly Beast so that I would have extra power, because I know if I overcast a Foot of Gork, that uses a ton of winds of magic, so I wanted to have some extra recharge. We've also got the 2 goblin big bosses on spiders, which are there to take out any sort of heroes or stuff like that. We've got the 2 regiment around renowned night goblins, the AP loonies, as well as the warlord's boys. Now the warlord's boys do sundering, and the AP loonies are unbreakable, and they've got those fanatics. So that's just going to help complement this big front line of Savage Orcs here. Now, if there's any skeletons or stuff like that, Savage Orcs will cut right through it. But for units like these Grave Guard, we do have these biggins, and we do have a unit of Black Orcs here in the back, which are, of course, the elite Orc infantry, or Greenskin infantry, sorry. For our firing line, we do have the Rusty Arrows, just like always. And we've also got the 2 Goblin Archers there on the side. And we'll definitely want to use that to take his air, unit out of the air as soon as possible. We've also got this Hammer of Gork, which, against this army, it's not going to do very great because there's not a lot of targets for it. But it does, it would have been great if he had a more traditional Grave Guard front line or something like that. So I do like to balance the armies out a little bit. So if you'll notice, I don't have another caster. We just have Wurrzag because I just knew how, I'd probably be using Foot of Gork, and so once you do that, you use up most of your winds of magic. All right, so let's just get this battle started. So right off the bat, you'll know that I didn't see these right away, so I just started kind of moving up. I wanted to see what was going on over here, but these hex rays, they come right around the side. So the first thing I do is I start trying to shift my guys. So once I see where his units are, and I think they're just coming into place, I'm starting to shift over, and I don't want him to get in behind anything. So, and also right off the bat, you'll see that this Hammer of Gork is just doing massive damage to that Sternsman in the middle. So, if the Hammer of Gork can kill that unit of Sternsman, I'll consider that a battle won for the cost of that unit. So right now I'm just kind of boxed up, and we're just gonna make him approach me. I saw he had all these ethereal units, and I was just figured I'd make him come to me. So here, right up here, you can see he does try to fly over, and he's probably gonna summon some zombies or something like that. But I am doing pretty good damage to him. You'll see here, he's already down to 3,100, and he'll Look at that. I mean, he does summon some zombies here, but he's already lost a quarter of his health just from those little goblin firing lines. You know, we've got pretty much all the goblins focused on him. I think this group here is shooting these zombies, but I mean, over here on the right, you'll see that he is going to bring in these hex rays now. So he's got the two groups. They're going to be charging in here, but I do have these night goblin fanatics. They're not too expensive, so if the war boss and the warlord's boys can hold them off, that'll really help me out while I try to get some backup over here with these savage orc biggins. Over here on the left, you'll see he's starting to engage with the Varix Reavers as well as his Dire Pack. So I wanted to make sure to get these AP Loonies out there, and I got the Goblin Big Bots out here, and I just wanted to make sure to get that stuff all over there. Now, if you look here, he's got his Chill Guys and these Karn Race. He's got them all in one spot. I've managed to cast Fists of Gork on this group of Savage Orc Biggins, and I'm just trying to cut through these. But I mean, since these are ethereal units, they're gonna have some trouble. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to use some magic. So if you see here, it's gonna wind up, and let's go ahead and get it in slow motion. Oh man, Gork's big foot is just ready for action and drops the hammer. Look at that. That is just, I mean, that unit of Chill Guys is just gone. He's taking huge damage. I mean, just huge damage. And then we do use Effigy of the Git. So if you see here, Manfred is pinned in place. And if we look over the top, you'll see that I am going to start bringing in this Goblin Big Boss to slow him down. We're going to bring in Wurrzag, and we're trying to get him surround while he's pinned. I mean, look, he's down to 1,200, and you know, it was just, I think he was expecting to land in there, and he was going to support those Hex Rays, but instead he just ended up getting trapped and, you know, really damaged by the Effigy of the Git, as well as, you know, all of the damage that this big boss is able to do. And I think he was able to get one more hit off, and since Manfred is crumbling, I mean, we're gonna see him, you know, he's got what, 31 health remaining. Look at him flying here, 20 health remaining. I mean, he's just, look at that fire is just burning down, and I mean, he's gonna just come right off that dragon, and down he goes. Oh man. And that is going to cause some disintegration for this unit of the last of these hex rays over here. And so, I mean, so far we're doing pretty good. The balance of power is more heavily in my favor. And although I've taken a few hundred losses, so has he. So, I mean, but I have used a lot of my Winds of Magic now. So now it's just really up to the traditional units here. I'm trying, if you look here, I'm trying to take out all of the units that aren't ethereal. The Sternsman Graveguard, we did manage to get these Savage Orc Biggins to get right into the back of them. You'll see the Sternsmen are now starting to disintegrate. They're starting to crumble. You know, most of the units around here have been shooed away. Or, I mean, he did manage to run off one of my Goblin Big Bosses. But the Goblin Big Boss only costs about 550. And since he did use... oh, wow, look at that charge. Oh, man, those Varix Reavers just did huge damage to those Goblin Archers. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot left on the field. You'll see we were able to kill all the units over here. We're just starting to surround the Karn Race here. This group is starting to disintegrate, and I mean, that was pretty much it. He still did have that good group of Varix Reavers, but I mean, they would not have been enough. And I mean, he was able to, I mean, chasing, you know, sometimes you just forget about a unit, and I know it always happens to me too, and they just kind of chase something off the field. I mean, look at them. They got 61 kills, but, you know, since we were able to drop that huge foot of Gork on top of these Chill Guys, and the other, you know, the other Hex Rates were left off alone, we were able to pin down Manfred. That was just, you know, definitely a great match though. So if you look here, we were able to get, I mean, only 27 with the Hammer of Gork, and that was on those Sternsmen, but we did get 87 with a group of Savage Orc Biggins. This regular group of Savage Orcs must have been killing some zombies or something. And I mean, I think just overall, the balance of the army, a lot of times those vampire players who want to use those ethereal armies against the Greenskins, you know, you can definitely give them some pain if you bring Wurrzag and you're able to, you know, just drop a foot of Gork and maybe a couple effigies of Git, and hopefully you can pull out the victory. So that was a great game to my opponent, Mitchmeister. I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I know I haven't made any videos this weekend, but I was out camping, so I'll be back to it this week. If you're new here, thanks so much, and subscribe below for more great online content. This has been Black Iron, and this is another one of Black Iron's Battles.